Mesopotamia doesn't encounter rain as much as other lands, so the solution was irrigation. This was an intricate process where they would dig canals that went from the water source to the plants that needed water.
After we build this, water will come straight to our crops. Done.
The Mesopotamians first used the wheel for transportation around 3200 BCE. The first wheels were made out of wood, and as the people got more educated, the wheels became more modern and made out of materials such as iron. The first boats made in Africa were made out of wood, and the steering was a log that was immersed in water. Boats helped immensely when it came to traveling and trade, because now they could travel without as much physical demand and bring back much more.
And I've been working on this boat for years. Good thing it's finally done. Now let's go sailing.
Sleds were built and used in Egypt to transport large loads of whatever material was needed in building things such as the Sphinx and pyramids. Slaves tended to have to do all the heavy lifting and often died on the job. Bronze metallurgy was very apparent in Mesopotamia after they figured out that the two metal alloys named copper and tin made bronze. They used bronze to conquer other enemies that were still using materials such as wood for weapons. This greatly increased their success rate because their weapons were much more effective. Cuneiform was a writing system that originated from the Mesopotamians. It was only used by the scribes because they were the only ones that could read and write. They used cuneiform to record daily events, astronomy, and literature on clay tablets. After they learned about bronze metallurgy, it was only a matter of time before they learned of another metal. In this case, it was iron. They used iron for the same types of things as they used bronze, and they found it was more durable and useful. Therefore, it became their go-to metal for weapons and many other circumstances.
Huh. This seems familiar.
Previously, there wasn't a standardized currency. People just traded as they saw fit. All of this changed when coin money happened. This positively impacted trade because now they had a standard cost for everything.
You get it? Because we're coining money.
Alexander the Great originated from Macedon and later became king of Persia. When he conquered a land, he would have the people do exactly as they did the day before. This made him extremely popular because he did not force his opinions on others. The Abbasid dynasty had one of the first centralized governments. The Abbasid ruled from their capital in Baghdad. They gained their authority from the previous Umayyad dynasty, and they were influenced by the Persian Empire.
I am your ruler, and we will have a centralized government.
Previously in Rome, there was many rules that didn't apply to Byzantium. Therefore, their current ruler, named Justinian, decided to create a standardized rule book for everyone because, at the time, the laws varied depending on where you were.
This is the body of the civil law.
Slavery was apparent and very brutal in Egypt. The slaves were forced to do harsh labor and often died on the job due to continuous beatings, dehydration, and the heat. They were commonly whipped and inflicted with pain if they stopped working. They built pyramids, and they were often traded.
Get to work.
The Abbasid Empire was once a very strong force, but over time they declined and weakened. They were conquered by the Mongols, who were very strong and advanced warriors. The Mongols captured the city of Baghdad in 1258. Trade allowed people to gain materials that they sought after. It also advanced their capability because they could exchange ideas as well as materials that helped them achieve what they wanted. Trade also helped with cultural diffusion. Therefore, they would inform each other about their religion.
Hey, these?
Sure.
Thanks.
During this time, there are mainly two reasons for population decline. One of the two is diseases, like the bubonic plague, that cannot be contained. The other reason is conflict, such as when the Mongols conquered this empire.
Man, Africa's cool.
Yeah.
The Islamic religion was spread all over. The prophet of this religion was named Muhammad, and he met an angel in a cave who told him how to spread the word of Allah. The spreading of this religion also made trading popular, because now everybody wanted to be like the merchant, Muhammad.
I am Gabriel, the angel. You are the seal of the prophets.
Okay, I'll spread the word of Allah.
One way they spread the word of Allah was conquering various regions, where others would soon convert. There were two different empires that conquered and spread the word of Allah in this time period. They were the Umayyads and the Abbasids.
I'm conquering. These four.
The Mongols were very skilled horsemen who conquered their enemies. They originated from the steppe and their leader was Genghis Khan. They conquered many territories in the Middle East and they were feared overall. In the Columbian Exchange, the Europeans traded manufactured goods to the Americas in exchange for raw materials, such as potatoes and cocoa beans. Meanwhile, in Africa, they traded guns for slaves, which were sent to the Americas and Europe.
Trade? Yo, you want trade? Trade. Oh, deal, man.
Movable type was accessible in the Ottoman Empire, although they didn't use it because they were afraid that somebody would tamper with the scripts. Although when they started to use movable type, most like the rest of the world, the literacy rates increased. This was due to the fact that there is now books available to everybody.